This is the plaintiff, Simeon Francis. He says he booked the defendant's music recording studio because he's a singer and wanted to record a song for his dear friend who passed away. Unfortunately, he broke his leg, and when he asked for the $40 back that he paid the guy for the session, he refused. He also refuses to reschedule the session, and he's here suing him because what's right is right. This is the defendant, Irvin. He says the plaintiff booked some sessions with him, then never showed up and didn't have any explanation. This guy's wasted his time over and over again. He couldn't rebook those missed sessions and isn't returning the lackadaisical guy's money. He's accused of letting the music die.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says he booked a recording session at the defendant's studio, but he broke his leg and the louse won't let him reschedule. The defendant says that the plaintiff was a no-show for his session. He never called to reschedule, and he sat there wasting time when he could have been using his studio for another client. It's the case of a leg up.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, yeah.
All right, Mr. Francis, you are suing Mr. Irvin's company because you want a deposit that you gave them refunded to you. Tell me what happened.
Yes, my best friend Quasia passed away, and she was a very big supporter of my music, so I wanted to go in and do something for her. So I called Mr. Irvin and I booked. Well, first I inquired how much 2 hours would be. He told me $50. So I immediately sent a cash app of $40 just to show that I was serious and I was, trying to do this.
Did he ask you for a deposit?
No, he just informed me of what his prices would be.
Did you schedule a date?
No. At no point in time was a date actually scheduled. That was an issue. He did ask me to schedule a date, but I have the text where I stated that I didn't necessarily want to book a time at the moment because I had some engagements
I don't get it.
coming
So
up.
why aren't you just price checking and then not giving him money? What's the point of giving him money if you're not trying to reserve a date?
Plaintiff is suing because he never got to record a song in honor of his friend who passed away, and he wants his money back. But the defendant says he waited around for hours for the plaintiff to show up, and since he blew off the recording session, he owes him nothing. Let's listen.
For me to be financially responsible, I needed to put deposit down when I had it because I'm not the most financially responsible person.
Then get better at it. But it's kind of silly to put a deposit down if you don't even have a date and you're not going to, you just have to have better willpower than that. I mean, that's nuts. Put it in a drawer and close the drawer. Just get better. Just be better at adulting.
Yeah.
All right. So you give the $40 and then what happens?
On March 39th.
No, there's no March 39th.
No, well, I'm just saying, everyone. I mean,
March 29th?
31st. No, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, because I sent the deposit on March 29th.
Okay.
Yeah, and on March 31st, we did set the tentative date for March 1st, but when I contacted him on March 1st
or April 1st?
I mean, April 1st. I'm sorry. I'm looking at I have this written down.
Okay.
But I was told that he left his phone at a friend's house and that he wouldn't have it for 5 days.
What does his phone have to do with anything?
I mean, because that's how I was contacting him. I was contacting him, and he was.
When you say you set a tentative date for April 1st, why don't you just show up?
Well, because we didn't necessarily set a time.
Okay.
Because, like I said,
so you didn't show up on April 1st.
No, I didn't, because we never set a time.
Did you set another date then?
Yes, I called him. Like I said, when I called him on April 1st, he told me that he wasn't able to, he lost his phone or his phone would be incapacitated for 5 days. So it was going to be hard to reach him for that 5 days.
Okay.
So after that, like I said, he contacted me. He contacted me on the 2nd. I didn't have the $10. And I told him it would be about a week until I could have the $10, and that was agreed upon. And that was on the 2nd. And I was on the 7th was the day that I got hit by the car. I was coming out of my building, and I was hit by the car, and my leg was fractured. So I was in the hospital for 24 hours. When I got out the next day on the 8th, I contacted him because I knew at that point in time I would not be able to book the time because it was going to be a healing process. I could barely walk. I sent him texts. I sent him texts about that on the 8th. to let him know that
Is
I
there
was
any
hit by a car.
paperwork between the two of you, or everything
No.
was verbal?
And see, no,
Did
everything was
did
verbal.
you what would give you the impression that a deposit that you put down would be refundable?
Well, just because there was no contract, and there was nothing told to me that if anything was to happen, I wouldn't be able to get it back. And this situation was out of my control. It wasn't like I planned on getting hit by the car and not booking the time, because I really,
Is it within his control?
No, not necessarily.
Right.
But I never booked the time, so he never lost out on any potential customers because I never held any time.
Okay, let me hear from you, Mr. Irvin.
Okay, so what he's saying is not true at all.
Welcome back to the People's Court. The question, will the plaintiff get his money back for a recording session that never was, or does the defendant get to keep the money because the plaintiff never tried to reschedule? Let's go back into the courtroom and find out.
It started on the 28th of March, which he's correct. He came to my home. So it was not a phone call. He was in my home. And I was recording a song myself. And he heard it, and he was like, hey, he'd been trying to book studio time with me prior to this day anyways. It's been years that me and him known each other. And every time that he tried to book studio time with me previously to this day, he no-showed, just as he did now.
Okay, so I see a text from him on March 29th where he's saying, I'm thinking I'll need time to prep, so 3 p.m. Thursday evening. Right? Mm-hmm. Then he says, I got hit by a car last week, so won't be able to record for a minute, sadly, so want to discuss deposit. Okay, so would you be able to refund it? Let me know. I apologize for any inconvenience. Let me know.
And he laughs.
Here's the thing. What?
If you look at some of the messages, he's laughing like LOL, like it's a joke to him. This is a legit business for me, and it's registered in the
I think
state
he was
of New
trying
York,
to be charming. I'm not sure he was trying to mock you.
Right.
But I don't think it worked either way. Okay, so here's the thing. I do make people pay a deposit to book time. Normally, it would be a percentage of the entire payment that is non-refundable, so I don't waste my time and a no-show when I could book someone else. What's your normal deposit that you ask for?
I asked for 50% of the session. I actually gave him a discounted rate as well. So he didn't
Honestly,
tell you that
I was
either.
unaware, but I can understand. Would you be able to do partial refund, $25, $20, LOL? I mean, he's trying to be charming. He's not laughing at you. So if you normally ask for a $25 deposit, and that's what he would normally have lost, why wouldn't you return the other $15? Can't believe we're here
because
over $15.
then again, it was 3 days. He should have been charged a 50% deposit each day he no-showed.
Well, in fairness, there appears to only have been one time when he set an actual time and you answered him and said yes. That was just the first time. So I don't know that one could say that's an appointment he missed. Car was waiting for bounds.
I didn't answer him on there, but we spoke. We had spoke between them on the phone, which is how he sent me the deposit, because he had called me. That's why the text wasn't actually answered. So he thinks he's playing it a way where he's trying to manipulate the evidence of what's going on, but I was trying to make sure I kept everything legit because of the audit last year.
The best way to keep things legit is to stay communicating in a way that gets recorded, right? Like just keep answering by text. So hold on one second. Let me read through the rest of these. Okay, so you actually say what I said, which is, right, 50% of $50 is 25, 40 minus 25 is 15. That's what you say to him. And he says, hopefully soon, LOL, just say. So it sounds like he was almost agreeing, okay, just send me $15.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
I didn't hear anything.
I'm talking to Mr. Irvin and only Mr. Irvin. What happens?
And then I'm like I explained to him, I'm speaking to my partner, because I have a partner in the business, because
oh, come on, it's $15. I mean, truly, even you suggest that that's the right thing. Just because this is why you never give more than you have to give, because then you're the guy fighting to get it back. You never do that. You don't pay a contractor completely before they start the job. You don't pay more than what somebody's asking for because I'm bad with money. You don't do that, you know, because this is what happens. We're sitting here and we're having a full-blown trial at the People's Court over $15. I just want to reach into my purse and hand them the $15. Go ahead, Mr. Irvin.
I would have gave him back that money, the $15. He didn't even really give me an opportunity, as I told him, give me a few to talk to my partner about it so I can give you back the money. Because if I cancel policy for you, I would have to do it for everybody.
And then what happened? And what'd your partner say? What'd your partner say?
My partner says give it back to $15.
Right, so why am I here? Mr. Irvin, why am I here? Why didn't you just send him the $15?
I'm already in the middle of a court session. He said he already served me with paperwork. How am I going to give him money and they still come to court?
It happens every day. You moot the case. He gets his $15 and then he has to shut up. But that's all right.
I've never
I'll
been
take
sued
care
for
of it.
nothing like this.
Okay, I understand. So I am going to order you to pay him the $15 because according to your own policy, you would only keep the 50% deposit. And that's how we're going to resolve the case. Okay? Good luck, everybody.
So the plaintiff prevails. He doesn't get really what he wanted, but he gets $15 back. Are you okay with that, Mr. Francis?
Yes, sir. Very satisfied. It was about the principle anyway.
Good for you. You glad you sued him?
I'm not necessarily glad that I sued him because I lost a friendship, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I know. Will you go back there again, you think, to record anymore?
I doubt he'll have me, but I wish him the best.
Okay, well, good luck to you. I doubt he'll have you, too. All right, let's find out. Mr. Irvin, suppose he comes back and wants to book some more time with you. Will you do it?
Never again. This is not the first time he
Never again.
no-showed, and I'm pretty sure it won't be the last.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That'll wrap it up for this case. Harvey?
Okay, Doug, there were texts that show that this is the defendant's policy. In the law, we call this custom, that you can use custom sometimes to win a lawsuit where you show this is the drill that the business person has in situations like that, especially with me.
Hi, judges. I live in an apartment. I gave a deposit when I moved in. Since then, the apartments have been sold. When or if I move, what happens to my deposit? Am I entitled to get my deposit back from the new landlords?
Yes, the new landlord has inherited all these contractual liabilities that go with the apartment. In fact, when you sell an apartment or you sell or buy an apartment complex, let's say, there's a zillion things that they have to account for, from cable bills that are going to be due, water, electric,
taxes,
which
things
are
have to be
speculative.
prorated.
Some things that you don't even know what they're going to be at the time of the sale,
right?
And bills
the
that are
deposits
outstanding.
are one of those things.
Work that's in progress on various things, and contracts that are with other contractors and subcontractors. It can be very complicated.